Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Makes me thirsty looking at that. Let's go see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I had two Boulevard beers in a row here. So this is their single wide IPA. And right here in big letters in white where you can read it, says Best by January 27, 2014. So that's a pretty long shelf life, so considering this is August, September, October, November, December, January. Wow, must be at least a 6-month shelf life on this, but it's not going to taste the same 2 weeks after it's bottled as it is 6 months after it's bottled. It's going to lose some of the hoppiness over time. So, and this one doesn't have the ABV on it. Here it says brewed with barley malt, wheat malt, water, hops, and yeast. So this does have wheat in it too. And at the very top here it just says bottle condition too. That's about everything on the bottle we need to talk about. The notes on this one, Boulevard Single Wide IPA is our take on a style that originated in 18th century Great Britain. This American version, inspired by our Smokestack Series Double Wide IPA, boasts a heady combination of 6 varieties of hops, some of which were employed for dry hopping. So this beer is dry hopped. They don't tell us what hops they use, but they say they use 6 different ones. The food pairing of this is your typical IPA. Cuisine is curried in a Thai. The cheeses are pepper, Monterey, pepper jack, sharp, cheddar, blue. Your more pungent cheeses, Gorgonzola, Limburger. And the meat is poultry, fish, shellfish, salmon, and grilled meat. Glassware pint, Beckerstein, a mug, Seidel. I've got the pint glass for this one today, guys. So let's get the cap off of this one. And I also bought a 6-pack of these, since I've not had any of these before, taking that chance. I don't know why I did those on these 2 Boulevard beers. I've heard a lot of good things about Boulevard, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. So I've got 5 more of these puppies to drink, so I hope it's a good one. And using wheat, it's bottle conditioned, so there is a little sediment in the bottom of it. See that creaminess coming out. Alright, over into the light, it is a little deeper yellow than the beer we did yesterday. This has a little more orange tint to it, more than yellow. And it has a little bit of haze to it too, being an unfiltered beer. There is a little bit of haziness to it. A lot of bubbles are streaming up though, so it looks like it's fairly well carbonated. The bubbles are really big on the side of the glass here. About a finger head on that pour. Let's get a nose on it. Citrusy, floral, herbal. I don't think they've used any super pungent hops on this. I mean, it's not like a lot of the IPAs. It doesn't smell like Simcoe or anything that's really strong. Smells rather hoppy though. I mean, and there is a sweet maltiness to go with that. I don't think it tells. Yeah, it does. 57 IBUs on this one, guys. So fairly bitter considering it was like 21 on yesterday's. So got a nice nose on it. Very pleasant. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Citrusy, definitely more bitter. I'm not getting any pine or grapefruit or anything like that. It says it's an American style IPA at 5.7%. But it's fairly easy drinking on my palate. Now somebody that's never had an IPA, this may be way too bitter or way too hoppy for them. But for a seasoned IPA drinker, this is a little on the lighter side to me. Got a good nose on it though. not getting any alcohol, almost 6%. Wow, very tasty. Got 5 more of these puppies to drink. I don't think that'll be any hardship getting those down. Very nice. This is the very first one of these that I've had. And I noticed the 2 that I bought here are in these little small bottles like Sierra Nevada does. And the ones that Dan sent me are in the taller version bottles. The bottle's got a different shape and stuff, so I don't know if we're going to get those kind of bottles with those beers when they finally show up, or the ones they're sending to Virginia, they're putting in these little shorty bottles. I don't know. We'll find out as time goes on. Like I said, he sent me a Tank 7 and something else. I'll have to look and see what else is in there. But I may even do that one tomorrow. I'm not even sure. We'll take a look and see what's in there. And we may do 3 Boulevard beers in a row. But this one's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. You know the deal. We'll let her taste it. And we'll come back and we'll do the final chug on this one. Might have to fire up a cigar too. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little, maybe a little bit more than a little bit. Just leaving a nice lacing halfway down the glass here. So this is a real decent beer. Definitely above average beer. I would even go to the point to say that it is probably an A beer. But with that being said, it is not super sweet like a Bell's, and it's not super piney or grapefruity like a Pliny or a Heady Topper or anything that would be. I haven't had a chance to try their double wide IPA, but the single wide IPA is a good representation with 6 different hops, but the hops are not super pungent like a lot of the IPAs are. So, but for a single, it's very decent. So let's do the final chug on this one, guys. Very nice. Very, very nice. Like I said, I've got 5 more of these to drink, and I'll enjoy drinking all of them, just like the hoppy wheat beer that we did. Very tasty. And like I said, different style bottles. So I don't know if they're using different style bottles because it's Virginia, or a different series of the beers have different shaped bottles. The other bottles that Dan sent me look more like a New Belgium style bottle rather than the little shorties like Sierra Nevada uses here. So we'll find out when more of them start showing up here. The only 2 they had was this one and the one I did yesterday. That was the only 2 that was available so far from Boulevard here. So that being said, the date here on the side in bright yellow letters, you can even read when it's got condensation on it. That's a thumbs up for me on that, guys. And with a ABV on this one, 5.7%. And IBUs is 57, so 5.7 and 57, they've kind of correlated that to be pretty close there, so it should be fairly easy to remember. The IBU is 57, and it's 5.7% alcohol. So, tasty beer, guys. Not quite to the 9 or 10 scale, in my opinion, but I think it definitely is an 8. So I'm going to give it the 8, which is an A-, definitely an A beer. Kind of tasty, but not super pungent in your face like the ones I told you that I normally. It's not super pungent like a Bell's. Of course, Bell's is 7%, where this is only 5. So a lot of those other beers are a little bit more alcohol, so they're going to have a little more flavor, a little more taste. This is a Good Session Ipa, even though it's almost 6%. Don't get the alcohol whatsoever. So let's go to the ratings here. Rate Beer says 94 overall and 88 in the style. And Beer Advocate says 85, which is in a very good range. So I agree, it's a very good beer. It's definitely worth trying if you can get it and you're a hop head. Just be aware that it's not super hoppy, but they did use 6 hops, they say, on this. So there may be some German hops in there too. Maybe some Saaz or something like that. I'm not sure. So if you've had this one, give me some comments back on this one. Let me know you liked it, didn't like it, loved it, couldn't stand it. It was decent. So I'm glad I went ahead and picked up 5. I don't think I did a bad choice by doing that on these 2 beers. Both of them are awesome, and they're new to this area, so I'm going to enjoy them. So if you've had it, give me some comments back on this one. Rate, comment, subscribe. Let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. See you then.